What is going on, YouTube? My name is Salim. This is the spoiler review for Star Wars Rogue One, or Rogue One, a Star Wars story. Either way. Anyways, let's just get right into it. This is technically a spin-off, or a prequel, if you will, to A New Hope, because it takes place right before it. This is leading up to it, and I must say, they did a great job with this movie. I'm proud to call it a Star Wars movie. It's not like the prequels where you can kind of forget about it and you just want to forget about the midi-chlorians, but whatever. Anyways, back to this movie though. Where do I start? I mean, the casting was great for this movie, obviously. If the casting wasn't right, I feel like I wouldn't have enjoyed this movie, but you could tell these actors really gave it their all, and kudos to them. Forrest Whitaker, first of all, he was fantastic. He really cared for his character. The problem I had with this movie, though, I'm just gonna say it right away. When they all die, yeah, this is a spoiler review. When they all die at the end, you're just sad because it leaves you in a place where it's like, oh, you spend the entire movie building up these characters, and then you just kind of kill them off, and you're just like, aw. They had to die, obviously. I knew they were gonna die before I even walked into the movie because they never mentioned them in the other movies at all, so I assumed they would have to die at some point. And yeah, I mean, Diego Luna was kind of like the Han Solo. Oh, I forgot to mention Felicity Jones. She was fantastic as Jyn Erso. She was really the driving force of this movie. You could argue that Krennic was, but no, it was Felicity Jones. I mean, she was basically the Luke Skywalker slash. Yeah, she was pretty much the Luke Skywalker of this movie. I mean, when you think about it. Oh, by the way, Luke Skywalker is nowhere to be found in this movie, but Princess Leia did make an appearance at the end. So K2SO, the guy stole that droid stole the show. Absolutely. I mean, he was hilarious. His one-liners were on point, and then he was just funny. So the ending battle, the last 20 minutes of the movie really picked up for me. I loved it. The AT-AT fight was awesome. Just watching them explode and fall to the ground, it was satisfying. It was almost like a more hopeful Empire Strikes Back, but not really, because you realize everyone's dying at the end. And I will say the build up is really powerful, like I said before. And let's talk about Vader. Actually, Vader is just so menacing, and now you finally see why everyone's very afraid of him and whatnot. Great job. I love hearing James Earl Jones's voice. Donnie Yen, I love Ip Man, and he was great. His character had a couple of funny moments in this movie, but the action sequences and the stunts, you could tell, were really good in this movie. I love the hand-to-hand combat, the staff fighting. It was really cool. And Grand Moff Tarkin was in this movie. I will say this, it was CGI'd. I didn't really pick up on it until a little bit later, but he was CGI'd and whatnot. And I gotta say, the CGI wasn't horrific. It wasn't like it wasn't like a video game where you could just kind of tell, but they did a good job with a lot of CG in this movie and whatnot. Krennic was really menacing because he's the villain who has to serve another villain on. See, the Empire is very layered when it comes to its villains. In fact, Darth Vader is one of the best villains of all time. It's pretty much established that way. I mean, he's one of my favorite villains, so on a scale of 1 through 10, I'm just going to wrap this up. Rogue One gets an 8 out of 10. Fantastic movie. Couple of problems, like the beginning pacing was a little bit slow. Some of the dialogue didn't really need to be there. But other than that, great movie. I'm glad I saw it. So Rogue One, a Star Wars story. Have you guys seen it? What'd you think of it? Let me know in the comment section below. And as always, if you want to see more videos like this, be sure to subscribe. Have a nice day.